life abroad is very lonely. Hey fam, this is me again, Jo, and welcome back to another episode of Filipino Mindset. Today, I will be sharing with you things that I personally experienced, and since I hang out with mostly Filipinos, so we get to talk about life and their experiences also. So that's what I am going to share with you today. I've listed down the positive and the negative side of working abroad. The first one is you have a chance to travel to the neighboring country. Just like me, because my visa, wow, oversharing. Yeah, just like me, because my visa will allow me to travel to my neighboring European countries. So now that I'm working abroad, I have a chance to travel. So that's a good thing, and that's the number one. So the next one is you get to experience different kinds of food. Like for example, in here, uh, their main food here is potatoes. Our main food in the Philippines is rice, but in here, potatoes. As far as I remember, I forgot to talk about how am I adjusting to the food that they have in here. And yeah, so far I think I am adjusting really well with the food because I also ate potatoes for lunch now, but I cannot skip eating rice in a day. I think I will pass out if I don't eat rice in a day because that's how I used to. But yeah, I am adjusting really well with the food that they have in here. And I also start eating salad because in the Philippines, salad is like a dessert. It's a sweet dessert. And in here, the salad, well, that's the salad that I grew up with. It's the sweet, it's fruit salad. But in here, the salad that they have in here is like, well, different kinds of salad, but it's like vegetable salad, like that. So yeah, it's very healthy. So it's good. And the next one is you get the chance to make friends with other nationalities. And just like me, for example, I don't just work with the locals because my coworkers are not all locals. So I have coworkers from Ethiopia, for example, like Turkish. I have coworkers like that. And yeah, so you're not just boxed with just not one person. I mean, yeah, you work with different kinds of people, so you have a chance to make friends with them. So the last one is you get to experience the four season. So yeah, so I have already experienced what it's like to be in winter. Now it's spring, but I'm not sure if uh, we will get to experience a long time spring because right now we go back to winter again. So yeah, you get to experience four seasons. So I'm excited to experience all of that. We're done with all the positive side of working abroad. Now we will go to the reality of working abroad and what people don't tell you about working abroad. What? I keep saying words redundantly. So the first one is life abroad is lonely. So what do I mean by that? So because in here, all of your friends are not here, all of your families and loved ones are not here. So you really have to start from nothing. So you cannot escape that kind of feeling. And for me personally, it's very important that I am in touch with my emotion, that whenever I feel lonely, I acknowledge it. Like, okay, I feel like I'm lonely today. I feel like this and that. what do I need to do?
12 seconds later.
And I realized, okay, and then I realized that if you work abroad, it's very important that you have a biggest support system, because sometimes your support system doesn't come from families, because the things that you really feel exactly, the things that you feel exactly, sometimes you don't want to say that to your family because you don't want to make them worry. So sometimes you just have to keep it to yourself because you don't want to bother people. You don't want to bother, especially you don't want to make your family worry about you. But I realize that's not a good thing. Yeah, whenever I feel that, okay, I feel like I'm lonely today, even if I don't feel like there's nothing to be lonely about, but you somehow feel it. You somehow feel it. I'm not sure if it's the weather that's impacting my emotion. Okay, I'm starting to be vulnerable. I'm so proud of myself. Anyway. Like whenever I feel like I'm lonely, I start to like appreciate the things that I have right now that I didn't get to experience back in the Philippines. Like, for example, the things that we have in here, like like this lamp, like this lamp. We don't really have a lamp in the Philippines, but in here I have a lamp. And the funny thing is that this was just given by people from here, the people from here. So, and then whenever I start seeing whenever I start seeing the the form of uh, how do I say this? Like the the things that we use for cooking in here, like I don't need to, like, I'm so grateful I have this. Like, I'm experiencing this. I know it's a simple thing, but I started to be thankful that I get to experience something like this, like microwave. I'm so, I don't know how do I describe myself, but I started to be grateful. And then yeah, the funny thing about that is, yes, I get to experience like other types of appliances that I'm not used to, because the we use firewood back in the Philippines, or like shilane. I don't know how to explain that, but we use that for cooking. But in here we use like microwave. I think it's microwave, and then and then I think it's tries that since it's new to me, I always burn food. Yeah, I always burn food, so I really need to get a home insurance. So just to make sure that everything is taken care of. And then the refrigerator here, okay, I started to tell you a story. The funny thing about the refrigerator, we have one actually in the Philippines, and then in the Philippines the freezer is on top, but in here the freezer is at the bottom. So when we first moved here, we put all the fresh goods on top. And then all the vegetables, the tomatoes, the onions, we put it at the bottom without knowing that at the bottom the food that you put in there will get frozen. So by the time that we were about to cook, all the tomatoes and all the onions and the garlic are like a stone. It's so frozen, we couldn't cook it. So that's the funny one. But yeah, I'm happy I get to experience those things because it's it's a new learning for me. And yeah, it's funny, but it's a good experience. I'm happy to experience those kind of things. So yeah, whenever I get lonely, I'm starting to be grateful about the things that I have right now. Like, oh, I'm experiencing snow, and this snow, a lot of people are wanting to experience to be what it feels like to have a snow, even to have just a picture of you in a snow. And then, so why would I feel like I'm lonely? I have my families and loved ones with me, not physically, but I have them. So yeah, for me personally, it's very important that you need to be in touch with your emotion, and you have like a support system. Even if it's not your family, it's good that you have friends. Life abroad is an investment. So if you see a Filipina who went abroad, 100% sure it comes with an investment. Even the people that go abroad to study or to migrate, it comes with an investment. So yeah, I think all investment needs money, and just like working abroad too. And I know people who would loan money back in the Philippines just for them to get to the country that they are in right now. And yeah, I don't think there's nothing wrong about that because it's natural. Even if you're investing in something, you have to put money on it, right? It's like, you know, um, it's like having a car. A car will not move without a gasoline. So you have to buy a gasoline. So you need money. Life abroad is a risk. Yes, it's a risk for some people because not all people that has this degree in their home country or has this kind of work in their home country will work at the same field when they decided to work abroad. So it's a risk. And some are hoping that when they work abroad, they will get rich. Life abroad is a sacrifice. So yeah, you sacrifice a lot of things. You sacrifice being away with your family, like especially if you already have your own family or you have kids, you'll be working very far away from them. And I know a lot of Filipinas who uh, work abroad, and then once they uh, get back home, their kids are already grown up, and and since they didn't spend much time with them, they are not close with them. So most of uh, most of their kids are close to uh, the people that takes care of them while their parents are away with them. So it comes with a lot of sacrifice. And that's it for today's video, fam. I hope you have a great weekend and have a great day. Bye bye.